Hey, vlog mates. It's Monkcat Superman Sexy here. I'm gonna make a blog or a vlog since I've been suspended from GBA Temp, or as the cool kids call it, GBA Temp. So yeah, just I'd let you guys in on what I've been doing since then. I've restarted playing Guild Wars a bit. Um, I don't know, I was bored. I installed Debian on or Debian I should say, on my laptop because it's a spiral as a logo and I am a nerd. So c'est la vie. But more importantly, since it's supposedly a very stable distribution, and the only stable is like 1.005, something like that, or 1.0.01, something like that, I don't remember. And right now they're up to 1.1.4, I think. And with 1.1.4, the compatibility goes up, especially with Guild Wars. The problem is that my computer can't handle everything that's in Guild Wars. So, yeah. So, with the stable version, sorry, I was able to run it that way because it doesn't run everything. You know, no shaders, DirectX 8, you know, the whole shebang. I'm running it in like Windows 98 mode. So, there you go. Actually, it would run with the new one. It's just it would be like 5 frames per second. Right now I'm running at about 20. So, there you go. Yes, I could have done that on any other operating system, but this is what sparked my idea to play Guild Wars. So, there you go. Um, also, I've been playing Beautiful Joe, replaying it, I should say. And the first time I played it, I didn't like it all that much. I thought it was okay, not the best game in the world. It's not really all that good, to be honest. That's how I felt about it. But this time, I think it's really, really fucking cool. Like, this is an amazing game. I can't believe I missed out on it the first time. Well, actually, I do own Beautiful Joe 1, but it's in a box or under my bed or something where I am unable to find it. It is not in sight. I have no idea where it is, so there you go. I've been playing Beautiful Joe 2, which is really, really fun. Clover Studios, I'm so sad they went away. And, you know, Capcom is one of those companies where even if it doesn't sell well, they'll usually do what the fans want. Which surprised me when they closed down Clover Studios because the fans love it. It's just no one else did. No one else bought it. And see, this is what piracy does. You know, how many of you had a PlayStation 2 or a GameCube, or less GameCube with Beautiful Joe, but Beautiful Joe was part of the PlayStation 2, Xbox, whatever. How many of you had a PlayStation 2 or an Xbox that you hacked and played Okami or Beautiful Joe or Resident Evil 4? Less so Resident Evil 4, but you know, the Clover Studio games. In fact, Resident Evil 4 isn't even included in that, but whatever. How many of you pirated that? And now the studio that made it is gone because sales were bad. I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles. Sure, it still would not have sold amazingly had all the pirates who had the ability to did buy it. It still would not have been stellar sales. But maybe, just maybe, it would have been enough to keep Clover alive. You know? And I think that would be enough. I think that would be enough to warrant buying it. You know? I mean, sure, like, do you need to buy... I mean, does this scenario really apply to, you know, the next Pokemon game, or the next Mario, or Zelda, or, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog even? No, it doesn't. But with, you know, like, smaller releases, even by a big company like Capcom, even with smaller studios, even with, non-franchise games that are really good, buy it. Oftentimes, if it's not a franchise, it'll actually be kind of cheap. It'll often be a budget title, even if it's really good. Like, you don't know Jack. Like, how often would you... who wants a new You Don't Know Jack on consoles? I do. I have the one that just came out, and I want another one. It's so fun. But, that might not happen. And it's sad. At least not on the Wii, anyway. And, I mean, sure, there aren't a ton of good Wii games, but, like, there are a lot of Wii games that are really good. And I think that's okay. Not every game has to be amazing. Not every single game has to be a Mario Galaxy 2 to be playable. No. I mean, a 6.0, that's something I'm willing to play. Give it a shot. I mean, the original Boy and His Blob, it was a horrible game. It's still recognized as like a Nintendo classic. Not Nintendo company, but Nintendo Entertainment System classic. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think, we'd have a lot more new and fun things that would exist if we gave it a shot. Gave them enough money to keep going. Like, I was watching a video of this weird game. I don't even know what it's for, called like Spermazoa. And it's a game, and it's really kind of gross concept almost. You play as a sperm trying to fertilize an egg, or a bunch of sperm fertilizing an egg. It might be a flash game even. And the contraceptives are like bars and just kind of and trying to get the egg, but it doesn't matter. It was so, like, I wouldn't have thought of it. Or like even Kirby's Epic Yarn, even like with the big companies like Nintendo, just trying something new, I think deserves a little credit. I think that it would be a good thing if there were more Kirby Epic Yarns. I think that it blends. I think that it really kind of breaks down what a game is. Like, it almost doesn't even feel like a video game. It almost feels like you're just, like playing with dolls or something. There's no real objective except for get to the end, which is incredibly simple since there are no obstacles in your way. There's a score, but I mean, who's paid attention to scores and platformers since the Super Nintendo? Maybe you guys have. I haven't. I've never been into that whole collectathon type of thing, except for like Donkey Kong Country. Those games were really fun. I never played the second or third, to be honest. But still, I played the fourth. Returns. Yeah. What time am I at? 8 minutes. Yeah, we can keep going. Just you should buy the games that you want to support. Even if you pirate at first, which I don't really condone, but is okay if you're really, really questionable, and even after reading all the reviews, whether you would like it or not, give it a try, maybe half an hour, just to see if you like it. Is this worth your money, or should you wait until, you can buy it used or at Best Buy for a cheap price or something like that? A bargain bin, even not used. Like, just, I don't know. Like, I think that okay games that aren't really great, that you really should support, are what makes the Wii so likable. I mean, we have all these AAA titles from Nintendo. We have a bunch of them from like Capcom, who has been amazing from the Wii. Like Resident Evil 4, of course, but I'm thinking of Tatsunoko versus Capcom, the Mega Man games, which are cross-platform, but even so, they took the time to make the Wii version, which is nice. Sega has also been amazing. Capcom did Zack and Wiki, I believe, or maybe that was Konami. I always get those confused. But anyway, I feel like, you know, there's all that, but then there's a ton of like little games that are just really good on the Wii. And they're just, I mean, they're not amazing, but they're okay, and that's enough. Like, sorry, blanking out here. Like, frankly, I said this on the podcast a while ago, and I'm taking this back now. But Arc Rise Fantasia, it's an okay game. I mean, the voice acting is horrid, but once I kind of got in the mood for a slow, just kind of like really slow RPG where I could just kind of like dungeon crawl, and the bosses are really hard. It's just really old school. It's like playing Dragon Quest One, but with fancy graphics and a story. More of a story. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's fun. It's not amazing. It's not something that I'll remember forever and ever. But that's kind of what defines the Wii. It's really the last standing console where we can have these games that are okay, and that's kind of nice, you know. Like, I don't want to see the day where every single okay game is never seen because it's downloadable, you know? I mean, the Wii is a great example of how an online store should not be done. Frankly, the DS shop is not much better, if at all. DSi rather. But I mean, even like the PSN on my PSP Go, which I have, it's it's kind of hard to find those okay titles. Like I don't know. I want things to be like they were in 1995. You know, where you could have a Mischief Makers. Look it up, kids, on the 64, and that's all right. You know, it's different. You try something new. Nowadays, we're playing the same games over and over and over again, and you know, I love my Marios, I love my Zeldas, I love my Metroids, and I love Metroid Other M for that matter. Everyone rags on it, but I do love it. But I also like my Arc Rise Fantasias. I like my A Boy and His Blob. I like Dub Blob. I like, you know, um, what's it called? You Don't Know Jack. I talked about that earlier. These games are just, they're fun, and that's what it's supposed to be, fun. So, I don't know, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. I've kind of gone on way too long on this, so there you go. I'm still uploading this as is, as if anyone's going to watch it, but there you go. I also have one more thing to show you before I go that I'm going to be playing right now. A Monster Tale. Just got this today. I will be playing this immediately. I also got one more thing that I forgot to show you. Nathan Drake from the forums. Your shipping was amazing. Thank you a ton for shipping that so quickly. I did get my copy of, I bought it from him, my copy of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, which, I don't know, seriously, it's so good. I remember I said, I don't really like Metroidvania titles, just because they're so non-linear. But this one is really fun because it frankly is pretty linear. Run, jump, kill, straight line. Anyway, I'm gonna go now because we are way over my time limit, even though, I mean, yeah, 15 minutes right now. I have forever technically, but still. Nighty night, babies.
Oh, the camera didn't turn off when I pressed the button, so I'm gonna press it again.